You're listening to Into the Twilight, an independent, listener-supported show. Subscribe at patreon.com/intothetwilight for monthly bonus episodes, weekly shoutouts, a Patreon-only book club, and more. Thanks for support, and now, on with the show.
Now tuning in to Earbud Media, audio for everyone.
Back again.
I do like this juxtaposition that we have here.
Listen, we're going on a journey today, okay? We're gonna discover a lot about ourselves.
Passion of the Christ, looking up at this.
Never let them know your next move, okay? We gotta zig
No,
and zag
100%. You gotta always be ready to pack your bags.
Absolutely.
Yep. I gotta scroll away for this. It's gonna make me laugh. Welcome to Into the Twilight. We are here.
Yo.
We are back. It is hopefully not smoky where you are. Take care of yourselves. How are you?
I'm here. I'm persisting. You know, when the produce is poison and the air outside is also poison. It's
can
like
we,
super
for real
cool.
though, can we talk about that? Because like 2 weeks ago, my happy thing was like, yeah, produce.
No, literally.
Like,
Fuck us, I guess. Like, they took that as a challenge.
fuck my drag for trying to enjoy the summer.
God damn.
In a way where I don't have to like heat up my house.
Yeah.
You know? God forbid a girl tries to catch a vibe with fresh produce, you know? God damn it. All right?
But outside of that, I'm doing so spectacular. Against it all, I'm persisting. And I realize this is a kind of wacky wild pick, so I need you to walk with me. But I, for the very first time, watched The Passion of Joan of Arc.
Okay.
And it fucking rips. It was one of those things, I was just scrolling through, seeing what's up, and this has been something that is like, you know, film history. People are like, this is one of the best fucking things ever in terms of like silent films. It's like iconic, etc. And I just never got around to it. And it was at my library, and I was like, let's fucking go. Let's do it. Let's lock in. Right. And so I did it. And folks, this movie is good as fuck. It's so good. Because it is, it's from 1928. It's French, obviously. But it is fully a silent movie. It's like a 90-minute long silent film. And it is taking the text from like the trial of Joan of Arc. Like basically bar for bar. Obviously with a little interpretation, but for the most part, just kind of like playing it out almost like theater.
Oh my God.
And it's so good. And crucially in it, like obviously the story of Joan of Arc is fucking nuts and historically, you know, there's a lot going on there.
This is the time, folks, where Cody defends Joan of Arc being killed. We take a real weird pivot.
Yeah, I come fully anti Joan of Arc. I was like, she was fucked up and crazy. No.
10 reasons why Joan of Arc deserved to die.
She deserved it. No, she was based as fuck. She was cool. She had things going on. She had demons and other things. Whatever. It's awesome. She's cool. R.I.P. But what is a really interesting choice of this is the person they cast her to be was Maria Falconetti. She also went by a lot of different names, so that is one of the names she went by. But she was primarily and exclusively a stage actress.
Okay.
And this was her first and only film, period. Like, she never did anything after or before. And she has such a way of, because she's like trained for the stage at this period of time as well, like the way that she acts with her eyes and with her face is next level. And it just made me think, like, we don't fucking have that shit anymore, right? Like, there's just no like commanding with it, and especially in a silent movie, right, where you have to communicate via physicality and also very minute and extravagant ways to communicate that.
Right.
And like that doesn't happen anymore. But you're just like, it's like just so moves in a way that is so compelling and so gripping, and primarily because she is really embodying this like complicated and like tortured individual who is believes so hard about something, and like there's no way to get around it or to permeate that. And just like the desperation, and also like just the ability to like have your eyes as big as saucers almost in like many moments is whack and so good.
No, I 100% agree. Because looking at this, which I assume is just a still from the movie, looks like it could be like a professional photo from like a magazine.
Totally.
In here. Like it looks intentionally like staged in that way, where it's set up and composed. And that says a lot for like eye acting, to your point here. And we were just talking about a movie with Tom Hiddleston, who's from the stage.
Right.
And that's the thing that you have to be able to do, is like use all of your body in there. No, I see it. I see it in this person in here, like looking at their eyes in here. I feel it. And you don't always see that.
Right.
And that's incredibly rare in movies now.
Yeah. And it's like, for a movie that is almost 100 years old, like to feel fresh and like exciting, and like there's a lot of wild like cinematography choices, because again, like you're working within a limited medium, so you kind of have to go balls to the walls in some aspects, and there's like wild like snap zooms and like close-ups, and it's like there's just like the energy is nuts.
Interesting. Cool. I have never heard of this before, and so I'm very excited to watch it.
How are you doing, my dude?
Well, now I'm very excited. Thank you, libraries. I have most certainly talked about this before, but it's my truth this week, and so I don't care. Listen, sometimes pharmacies take a while to refill medications, and that's really annoying when sometimes your medications are like a stone holding out a dam of pain.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can't tell them to go faster because it's not their fault. They are simply just an employee, and you can't be a Karen and be like, go faster, please. I'm dying. Well, I guess you could, but I don't want to be that person. So I needed ways this week to figure out how to reduce my stress in ways that were not sitting out in the street. And one of them was going back to a good old classic of mine, which is watching Little Bear in the mornings, which I remember liking. But sometimes you just forget. Sometimes some of us have object permanence issues, and we forget things that we like to do. Sure. And this is one of my favorite ways to start the day, is something that is slow and something that brought me joy when I was younger and still brings me joy now, but is not overly stimulating. It's still enjoyable, but I needed to find something that was like comforting but not overly stimulating. And I fucking love Little Bear.
Oh yeah.
Especially knowing that Suzanne Collins was involved with it is always such a wild thing.
Wait,
to know that
really?
Yeah.
That's wild. That's so funny.
Yeah, she was in TV before, like she was a television writer before getting into books, which is why the 3-act structure was really familiar to her.
Sure. Yeah.
In her with the Hunger Games. But anyways, Little Bear is great. I'm almost certain that I have talked about it before.
That's so sick. Yeah, I've been seeing, honestly, a lot of Little Bear stuff come up on my TikTok for some reason, of like particularly people talking about like the slow storytelling nature of it, particularly for like children's media, where everything now is like, what if we just yelled at you and did flashing lights and made you want to like kill the computer, you know? But I think it's very cool that there's a little bit of a, hey, this was cool for a reason, and it still is cool for those reasons, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely I can I feel so bad for so many reasons for kids right now
Yeah.
that kind of slower storytelling is not coming out of a lot of newer content.
Mhm.
But it's not only great for the attention span, which is less of why I was gravitating towards it this week, but I needed it for my nervous system of like, I
Mhm.
wasn't trying to get a fucking YouTube video that was like, here's all the like one of those movie ones where it's like 10 things you need to know. Like I was like, no, I just
Mhm.
need something slow that's not going to have a lot of, I don't know, products or something that I need to buy.
Mhm.
And that's a great one to try and reset a little in there, which is good. He's speaking of things to buy and also fucking up our nervous system. Um, I I would love to talk about these current events with you.
Oh my goodness.
Where do you want to start?
I think we gotta go Jewelry Town, USA.
When you sent that photo to me, I had no context for what it was.
Yeah. And did you need it? Or are you not just happy for the photo?
I was happy for the photo and I was like, oh, that's really cute.
Uh-huh.
I thought it was like just something on Etsy.
Right.
When I saw that it was fucking Alex and Annie
Yeah.
this morning when I was pulling our news,
Uh-huh.
I felt like I was back on 2009, 2010 YouTube. Because what do
Yeah.
you mean it's Alex and Annie?
Always at the same correct.
Oh, right. Like, what do you mean?
I have never had so many people send me something on Instagram in my life until this.
Oh, see, and
fucking
that's the
came.
thing. If I
Yeah.
had been on Instagram, I probably would have seen it. Yeah.
Sure, for sure. This collabo is nuts. If I could sum it up in one word, it's
The
nuts.
ring is, I can't.
Just a big old bauble with a locket in it, lest you forget. Let's have a little beautiful photo in there and a little etching, a little engraving.
Here's the thing. These look so bad.
Yeah.
And that's a shame because the Alex and Annie that I remember back when I was like a teenager, the Alex and Annie bracelets that the YouTube influencers used to stack
Totally.
seemed like they were really high quality back then. This looks like really poor quality, which is a bummer because the one of the book necklace is really fucking funny. And I would absolutely get it as a joke, but I know that it's probably like $80 and shit quality.
Yeah. The diary is so good because it's just like two drawings of both Edward and Jacob being like, rawr. Like, it's just like, what is this? What is this? The fucking hoa hoa
I can't.
bangle.
Like, it's from fucking Claire's. I cannot.
With the fucking like snow-covered trees on the side.
They know their market, right?
Yeah.
They know that the people who know Alex and Annie and know Twilight are at an age where they can afford this. What the thing that pisses me off is that if I was going to wear something, which I absolutely would wear Twilight jewelry, don't get it fucking twisted.
Right.
I want it to look better than this.
Yeah.
Because the one that you sent me, just for context of all of you, because I know you're not in our fucking chat, the one that Cody sent me is the spider monkey, which is so funny.
I fucking love it. It's so stupid.
I love it. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's really good.
But I think the inside of it with them, it's really fucking funy because my ass would be fidgeting with that all day, every day.
Oh my god, the way that would break off so fast if I had my hands on it. Are you kidding? Because like
give
the
me
outside
2 hours and I would rip that fucker off so fast.
Because like the outside you have this like, you know, kind of gaudy looking heart locket, you know, very standard fare, and then you open it up, bam. Spider monkey, but also kind of looks like ballet. Like it looks like it's like there's a lightness and an energy to it of them, but also kind of like air dry clay about it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like it just feels like someone made this. And if I saw someone make this on TikTok, I'd be like, okay, that's fun. Like I'm glad you had fun, and that's really cool that you have that. But this is jewelry that is presumably money. make a good amount of money. What is this?
And that's the thing about it, is that if I saw this spider monkey necklace on Etsy or at a crafts fair, I'd be like, absolutely, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like maybe $30. I'll give that to a person.
Right.
But I look at the quality of this from a company that I know is going to jack it up. Again, I'm not looking at these prices, but they're probably going to jack it up to like $60, right? Fuck you for that, because they're trying to do the like edges, like the rough edges inside of this.
Yeah.
I know my skin, that shit's going to come off immediately and make me turn green. And it's just not, no. And this Jacob necklace that's pink for no discernible reason.
Right.
And don't get it twisted. I love dog tags. I worn someone's dogs. Like, I love it. But why is it pink?
Yeah.
I need answers. If y'all are going to do this again, get me in the fucking room. We'll make shit that looks good.
Yeah.
But what I really want... Oh, I'm so mad. The little people that are in the spider monkey, what it makes me think of is like a music box where they would like move around. If they had done a music box, I think that would have been funny.
Yeah.
It's just it looks like something that you would get at Claire's, and that's such a bummer, because I would actually wear something if it was done well. But oh well. They're very funny. And I'll laugh about that. Y'all are wild for this, for selling stuff that looks like it's from Temu. So there's been a lot of hubbub about the Odyssey this week.
Yeah.
From people that are not usually talking about Rob. So welcome, by the way. I'm glad that you all have realized that he's talented, finally.
Welcome.
Welcome
home.
I desperately need your thoughts on someone who is presumably matching Rob's freak for the first time.
It's honestly kind of beautiful, I think. This is from Variety, in which technically this is also from a MTV UK interview, in which apparently Matt Damon spent a lot of time in his trailer just screaming, gutturally screaming, like he was being murdered, like he was whatever, to get his voice hoarse enough to, do his big yells, do his big thing, do his big one in the Odyssey. And of course, Rob is like, hey, that's kind of my shit, though. That's wild that you walked to the set with that energy, because that's kind of what I was bringing to the table. And you kind of took that from me, so that sucks, and I hate that. But we have a new contender for just on-set diva, and I do appreciate that.
These two are so wild to me that based on what I know about the Odyssey, and I haven't seen this movie yet, because again, I'm gonna watch it at home. Everyone, shut up. I don't have an IMAX theater. But presumably these two don't interact based on what I know about their characters. If they do, then I'm going to be really shocked. But I am going to need Matt and Rob to interact at some point in another movie, because I need to see these two freaks. I'm going to need to see them together, actually. Yeah. That's going to be very important to me.
It's a powerful combination.
I've heard nothing but good things about his performance. Everything I've seen has been people being like, I needed more of him.
Yeah.
And he acted his ass off as a little brat. And so I'm very excited for when the time comes. So, yeah, we'll see for sure. I had forgotten until I opened up the recap for this week what we were getting ourselves into. And that was, I mean, it's for the best that my brain had kind of put it into a box. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. And unfortunately, the bridge is here. We're on the bridge.
And then, but yes, we were on that bridge.
Hey, you love Groundhog Day. You love Palm Springs. You love the, what if we repeated the same day over and over trope? Imagine that. But instead of the scenarios and situations we know and love, it was the Civil War. And you were on the Confederacy.
Right.
Isn't that
Right.
fun? Don't you want that? Don't you want to experience that? Know what that would be like?
It's so fucked up because I do like Groundhog's Day. I do like I love Palm Springs.
Right.
I love that kind of trope here. I
Mhm.
love the concept of that. But y'all motherfuckers who, and maybe I am completely misremembering this. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But my understanding was that Damon defected
Right.
and never actually went and like fought in war. That was my understanding in here, is that Damon was always like, hey, I did this to make Giuseppe happy, but don't categorize me with them. Just because
Right.
I wore the uniform, I'm not like them.
They do
Right,
a
like-
lot of heavy lifting in that regard here of being like, oh, no, you don't understand. I'm against this. You and me, we are not for this. However, we are here and we are going to make it everyone else's problem. Like, you know, the people that choose to not participate for being against it, they're actually worse than we are. So we do gotta, sorry, you know, whoopsie. What are you gonna do?
Right. And that had at least been my understanding prior to this, is that we knew he had signed up because of his dad.
Right.
We had been told from Oscar, like, oh, Oscar helped him or like convinced him to defect, to go AWOL on there.
Yeah.
But that he had never, and again, this is the part that I don't exactly remember, but I thought it had always been like he never actually fought there. But in this, for most of it, I thought that it had just been like a crafted, kind of like Julian's, where it was like, this is just a scenario. It's a hell being crafted of like it's symbolizing a larger fear that you have. And maybe it is, because you can't, it's a lot of unreliable narrators here. But near the end, Lily's like, so this is based off a real memory that you have. And Damon says, yeah. And I presume, and again, it could all be fake in there, but presumably he is telling the truth in that. Or something of a real memory in some way that happened to him, where he went to go get defectors from a union home. Great. What the fuck are we doing? Why is this whole episode? It's one of the only ones that doesn't have a 3 years in the future here.
God, I needed it. Can we go anywhere else?
If for nothing else, just to give me a break from this. I think Damon says it himself. It's like he said a PTSD puppet show or something.
Yes, right. Yeah. And it's like, it's objectively funny to throw Damon into a Groundhog Day situation, because this motherfucker's going to take a lot of time figuring out what the issue is that he's not dealing with, right?
Yeah.
And they do, and even Stefan clowns him for that, being like, hey, I will let myself get tortured by my pain and my sorrow and the things I did wrong. Damon is going to fight every opportunity to be like, I don't know why I'm here. Why am I being sent to this place? This was just a blip, right? This is like a random day. Why is this my personal hell? I'm confused. And it's like, hey, brother, you did kill a bunch of people that were innocent, so much so that they named a massacre after it.
Well,
and I don't know. I think maybe there's some residual feelings, maybe somewhere in there. Maybe. Perhaps. Let's not get too crazy, though. You can figure that out on your own, I guess. You take this walk however you want to take it.
Which I thought was so interesting, that when we finally pull out a little bit and see what's actually happening, not the fake reality that Damon is still in. Stefan actually says, he's like, I don't know that Damon will ever come out of this because of his personality, where he is so avoidant to feeling stuff that presumably, and we don't know how long it is, that it's actually been. But presumably Stefan was able to kind of get out of his escape room fairly quickly because he realized that you can't, the only way out is through, right? You have to kind of accept it. And Damon is like, no.
I can outsmart this. You don't understand.
This is obviously
tricks.
a puzzle.
Right.
And I don't have to feel anything. I can just solve this. Which I will say, if it had been if they had chosen any other setting there, it would have been easier for me to kind of tap in a little bit.
Right. Because it was, even though, again, horrific scenario and, like, not enjoyable, but to see him try to, like, do endless combinations of, like, okay, what if the gun goes out first? What if the grenade goes this way? What if oh no, now the girls have the gun and I'm dead? Like, he just keeps respawning in ways that are like, fuck, there's a solution to this puzzle that I just need to figure out. Give me, like, 50 more tries and I'll get there. Don't worry about it.
Because and the thing that made it so hard to sit in this episode where the character conversation is interesting. I think it is an interesting character development that we are seeing from Damon of you can't out strategize this. The purpose of the Phoenix Stone is that you have to you're going through fucking EMDR essentially, right? Like you have to feel and process something that you have been pushing and avoiding, right? But I know that there had to have been conversations with the writers and probably their fucking legal team of like, hey, so we can't show like an actual battle,
right?
Like a war scene between the Confederacy and the Union soldiers here. So instead, we're going to I think let me see when this fucking episode came out. Okay, so at the beginning of 2016, so a fucking election year, right? We're gonna show these Confederate soldiers coming in and into someone's home where Damon throughout this talks about the Third Amendment like 20 times, which I thought was funny, and getting people who are trying to escape, right? Which is very easy during 2016 and then 10 years later to draw parallels to what's happening right now, right? Of taking people who are trying to find sanctuary in a home, and the writers being like, yeah, this is probably a good idea. This is probably fine.
Yeah.
That
no
like Damon
here.
is in the right here. We could have chosen anything else. Any other fucking thing that Damon has been pushing down for 100+ years here. But it's supposed to be, to their argument, it's supposed to be like the first time that he, as an adult, wanted his mom. That's what they're trying to do here.
Right.
Okay. Like,
no, the real issue was your unresolved mommy issues, Damon, which is not an issue. Right? But
they're not wrong.
They're not wrong. But there are other things that are part of this cycle of hell that he also should be figuring out his feelings about. You know?
Right. It is just a lot harder to take Damon as a character seriously when this has always been a part of his character that I cannot respect him for.
Yeah.
And that they're trying to be like, oh, well, don't worry about it, because he says to, I think his name was Henry or whatever. He's like, oh, well, don't worry about it because we both don't like this war. So it's fine.
Right. We're cool. You know?
And Henry even tells him, he's like, well, Damon, these guys didn't like the war enough to leave. So why are we doing this?
It's kind of a tough perch to be on, talking all that stuff when you are in the uniform, my guy.
Right.
So, and I think too,
and
even
Damon
him getting
like, well, I gotta go see my brother, and they're standing in my way. Hey, my guy.
Hey, I love too him getting roasted by his mom in Hell's Face when she was like, hey, so like you had reservations, of course, about what you were doing, but you did still do it. And that's kind of why you're in this, right? Like, that's the situation. He's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What do you mean? It was 150 years ago. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. That was nothing, And it's like, hey, so there's a reason you're here, though, right? So maybe we think about that, because the complicity and also the action, right, of going through and marching forward with something like that does have consequences, emotionally and also just in the world, right? Come on, man.
Dude, I will say something that I enjoyed about this episode was throughout the course of this, where we get to see the multiple Groundhog Day that are happening,
Right.
was watching Ian start off like 100% a Damon that we don't know.
Yeah.
A Damon from, I think, 1863.
Mm-hmm.
And then getting to see, as he starts to realize this trap that he's in, that he becomes the Damon that we do know.
Yeah.
And Paul has done this really well, where it's a very stark difference between Wet Blanket Stefan and then the more interesting iterations that we've gotten to see. But we don't usually see this with Damon.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't sure how this episode was going to kind of pan out, where it was a very slow, kind of like a sunrise, where it was like a very slow transition to getting to see the Damon that we know again.
Yeah.
And I imagine from an actor's perspective that you have to, because they shoot shit out of order, so that had to be really difficult to be like, okay, where am I in this, in there? But that had to be a fun challenge, I imagine.
Yeah, just getting increasingly more irritable, classic Damon, and being like, fucking Stefan, never write me again. And it's like, brother, you cannot, that's not going to do anything. You're resetting the same day. You're going to get the letter.
Yeah, I liked that when he finally wrote down, like, never write me again.
Like, I'm sick of this shit. And he's like, wait, what if I just actually leave? Like, I could just toss a grenade and fucking go anywhere else. That's like,
that was the path that I was the most interested in.
Yeah.
But of course, none of those, they're all still avoiding the issue until it finally is like so on the nose. Yeah. Where Stefan is like pushing him up against in the cellar, and he has the blood of presumably Lily on his face, and he's like, I needed my mom. And it's like, okay. Sure, okay. Jan.
You could have come back so many times and you never did. It's like, yeah, that's just how you feel. We should, this should not only exist in hell, right? This conversation should not have just happened in hell.
Right. Well, and it's like when that conversation finally happens, it's like the same thing that he woke up to originally, where they're on a battlefield and Lily was like pinned underneath some sort of wheel.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're just going to let me die? And he's like,
I mean,
you're really
sort twisting my arm here.
Him finally, after all of this, being like, I've lost you 3 times. And getting to a place where, he's pushed against a, rock and a hard place, and he finally admits it, of just being like, give me a chance with you. And it's so sick and twisted that it's going to reaffirm a lot of things for him, unfortunately, that as soon as he finally is vulnerable and says that to his mom, even though this is in like a hell, right, and she doesn't really exist there, but he finally says that to her, she dies in this version. She's already dead. And then he comes back. His first words when he comes back, being like, no, we weren't done, is so fucked up.
Evil. And like just the frantic, like, we weren't done. I gotta get her back one more time. Like, send me back. I can do it. Whatever. And everyone's like, surprised that he burst through, right? And are just kind of like trying to hold on. And also we get at least some sort of context of like, oh, the longer you're in there, the more it's kind of like a hard transition back, right? Like, especially like your sea legs are kind of like not really there. And so it's very believable that he still kind of feels like it's another oopsie. I did it again, right? I just give me one more shot. And then it's like everyone's in my way, and this doesn't matter because everyone I kill will come back the next day because I'm in this one day forever. And then does that to all of his friends and family that are in real life happening.
It reminds it hurt so bad to see because he was so convinced after doing it multiple times where he saw like, oh, I'll just, in his version of hell, when Stefan died or he died, it reset. And so he's like, well, obviously that's what's going to happen here.
Right.
And then they had said before, you know, like and they saw it with Julian, like the longer you're in there, things are bad. But Julian, when he woke up, wasn't, well, at least that we saw anyways, he wasn't that bad.
Right.
But Damon was frantic, and it was so scary for him to say, like, you know, being surrounded by all of that blood and being like, I don't understand why I'm still here. It's not resetting.
The way he got Bonnie too was so fucked, because at that point had gotten everyone, and Bonnie was the last person, and he's just like, whatever, the like fire poke stick or whatever, or the fireplace, like up against the wall, and she just like can't talk or breathe or anything, so, and like is only communicating with her eyes, being like, fuck dude, this is not it, like myself, like, is so nasty.
Especially because the first time that he came back and talked to her, in the fake version, it had been like 3 months, and she had been tapping all of her powers.
Yeah.
And he was mad at that fake version of her because she brought him back and not Stefan in there.
Right.
And then in the one where he thought it was, the second time where he like knew it was fake, he was like an NPC. He was like, skip all this fake dialogue. Like,
right.
Where's my shirt? Here's this a Kleenex for your face. Like, all of this stuff.
So funny in the initial fake real life where it was like, yeah, man, it's been 3 months. I'm sorry there's not like a party or anything, but like everyone has their lives and stuff, and like we're all just doing our stuff. And he's like, what about Stefan? And she's like, I haven't gotten around to it, man. I'm just using all my shit over here. Like, can you be grateful that you're alive and in this moment?
The welcome party thing was so sad in that first version, because when we finally pan out to the reality and there is a whole group of people there, only for him to come back and fully just slaughter everyone.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, it's not real Damon.
Right.
He's still, I don't know, kind of being affected by the stone that's there. So it's not like he would do that with his full mind.
Right.
But it was just sad that he was like, damn, so like not even a card or anything.
Just a flower, anything. Like, you know,
right.
I'm not asking for much here, but I've been gone for
Bonnie,
allegedly
full
3
nose,
months.
Bleeding blood out of her ears. She's like, God damn.
You guys can't be happy for anything. God.
Nothing pleases you, Damon. God damn. This is an interesting peek of what it looked like to be able to see how the Phoenix Stone represents hell for them. I think that we only got to see it very briefly at the end, the way that Stefan talked about it.
Yeah.
Of him being like, well, I was obviously, and you know, when all the dust settles, you know, he's absolutely going to dog Damon so hard for being like, well, I got it figured out really quickly.
I did it better than you. I succumbed to the waves of emotion and torture and pain, and I'm built different, so I got out there actually really quick and easy. So
yeah, you obviously sucked at that puzzle, so that's really bad for you.
Sorry, I'm just built different, you know? Sorry, I'm just goated at this.
Yeah, you are new to this, and I'm true to this, Damon, so sorry about it. I am very worried about what is going to happen here. I wasn't sure from last week of like how this was going to get resolved, because like you don't just like kill the last two
The last two main people.
Right.
But we have no resolution on where the heretics are. Alaric is gone, girl. I don't know where the fuck he was.
Just no adult in sight. Just letting them do this.
But maybe the magical twins that are in Caroline will start to fix all of this problem.
Oh,
since they can do whatever, I guess.
Everyone comes back pregnant, regardless of gender.
Oh no!
They all have twins.
Oh no!
They're multiplying.
God, can you? Everyone in there, pregnant.
I'd just be interested to see, you know.
I'll be honest with you, because next week, either next week, which is episode 11, or the following one will be the mid-season finale. That would be a very interesting mid-season twist. Everyone pregnant with twins.
I just think if they were brave and true and strong, they would consider it. Yeah.
How are they going to get the tourism and the economy of Mystic Falls back?
Right.
You've got to have a really wacky story, and getting all of these people immaculately conceived with twins would do it.
Imagine how many bus tours that could be running around.
The bus tours.
Just think about it.
Tours.
Stimulate the economy.
I agree. The one thing I'll say, because next week is Things We Lost in the Fire. When I pulled this still from it, it really made me wonder, because in canon of this show, Caroline and Bonnie are supposed to be, I think, sophomores in college. Max. I don't think that they're juniors yet. I think it's only been the second year of college, which means that if we're going by that they were 18 when they started college, they would be at most 20 years old. Look me in my face and say that Damon and Stefan in this could be 20-year-olds in college, because they look almost 40 in this photo.
There's this 56-year-old woman here. Like, imagine these guys confidently holding a solo cup. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
it just
what I'm
doesn't.
saying.
It's not.
And it's not that 40-year-olds can't go to college. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that Stefan especially enrolled in high school saying that he was the same age as Caroline and Bonnie and Elena, and neither of these two could be in their 20s.
No.
They look like they have retirement plans, and that's confusing, because you don't just go up to play beer pong and be like, so how's your portfolio right now?
Right.
What the fuck? So I just keep that in mind when you're watching this, because it's very confusing to my brain. We have some amazing patrons to thank. Would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. Thank you to Lauren Cullen.
Ooh. Thank you to Zoe Forbes.
Ow. Thank you to Vanessa Swan.
Ooh, thank you to Greg Lautner.
Ooh. Thank you to April Dobrev.
Ooh, thank you to Vivi Salvatore.
Ooh. Thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Ooh. Thank you to Katya Karp.
Ooh. Thank you to Genevieve Morgan.
Ooh, thank you to Danielle Burke.
Thank you to Janae Bennett.
Pew, 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 pew. Thank you to Rena Zeklos.
Ooh. Thank you to Emily Ozera.
Ooh, and last but certainly not least, thank you to Jaylene Ivishkov.
Bam, bam, bam.
So it has been a while since I checked what was going on in the Twilight section of AO3.
Sure.
And I found one today that was published today, titled The Blood of Old Brings the Fire Anew. And it is by the author Satan Lover 129. This is a little Carlisle and Charlie piece. One of the tags is 80s setting, so just keep that in your brain with this summary.
Okay.
The summary says, Charlie Swan is a new recruit at Forks Police, a very small town with little to no crime. His first case makes him meet Carlisle Cullen, a nurse working at the town's hospital. A friendship blooms quickly, yet danger lurks in the darkest corners of the forest. Can a relationship between a human and a vampire actually work? And there's also tags that say that both of them are bisexual. So if that is something that is of interest, Satan Lover 129 has you covered.
Okay.
I will say, checking out what was going on the Twilight section of AO3, there's a lot of people still trying to make ships between Twilight and Harry Potter happen in the year of our Lord 2026, and I need y'all.
Get it together.
I'm not gonna tell you to not write, because I always want to enable creative expression, but I need you to pivot to something else, please and thank you.
Yeah, come on. It's over. It's over. Shut it down.
I want you to write. I want you to express yourself creatively. I want you to make art. I just want you to do it without that. Please and thank you. That's all I ask. Well, my friends, I have a silent film that I need to go watch. We have some very exciting bonus episodes that are coming out. Do you want to tell the class?
Absolutely. By the time you're listening to this, we already have one out about Only Lovers Left Alive. It's the movie we just talked about. And next week, ? We will have season 3 of Interview with the Vampire, aka The Vampire Lestat. So
hell yeah.
Get fucking ready. Spread your loins. Excited. Get ready for some musical vampires out here.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. Well, I got so much TV to catch up on here.
Oh yeah.
And as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit.
Ooh.
Ooh. You've been listening to Into the Twilight, an independent production by Earbud Media. You can support the show by subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/intothetwilight, or rate and review us on your favorite podcast app. You can send us a backstory or a fanfiction at intothetwilightshow@gmail.com. Our music is by Eli Krause, and our art is by Maddie Padilla. You can find me on Twitter at Cody Corral and Allie at Many Are the Stars. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.